What's up, my crypto legends? In this video, we're taking a look at the Bitcoin price on the 4-hourly time frame. I'm going to show you how we are at the verge of a major collapse, but we are still at support. If we lose this level, I'm going to show you those potential levels where we could get a short-term bounce and see some potential trading opportunities. We'll be zooming in such as the 1-hourly time frame, 15-minute time frame. We're going to talk about what happened yesterday at these levels. I did get stopped out from a long position, but I'm also going to share with you this position that I'm in right now, where I have taken most of my profits here at $22,730 range, got into that short. I will explain why that was a good shorting opportunity level, and also what are the next scenarios here for the next coming hours and days. And we'll be zooming in here on the S&P 500 because we are at a critical support range that if we do lose it, we could get some volatility to the downside here on the S&P 500. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin crypto, and I also do live streams to connect with the community. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything that I say. If you do so, do your own research, and let's dive in here, guys, because we're going to zoom out on the 4-hourly. And just a quick reminder of where we at right now. We were talking about this entire range being a massive resistance on the macro, okay, ready for that cool off as we were creating this kind of ascending, broadening wedge. It does look like that we are kind of breaking the support level here from this range. And I'm just want to zoom in here straight away on the 1-hourly and explain here that we are just at the verge right now to break the value area low from this entire trading zone, right? We're just slightly below this range, but this could be a fake out. We need to see a massive move down to confirm that we have broken out from it to have more continuation to the downside. So this right here, we're still trading in this zone. And I just want to quickly explain how this is still inside of this structure, as the last higher low is this one right over here. This is the last higher low, and this is the last higher high. So if we break the high, it means potentially we could have more continuation to the upside if it's a successful breakout. If we successfully break out here, the last higher low, which is this one, then of course we will be entering into another trading zone. Now this daily level is holding pretty nicely here. If we do go to the daily chart here, we can see this daily level is from the 12th and 13th of September. This is where in January and also here in February, we were getting these bounces very nicely from this daily level, as you can see on the chart. Bounce, bounce, bounce over here. We are currently just at that range at this moment. So what can we expect? If we do have a successful breakdown from this 22,350 range, these lows over here, a big successful move to the downside with very high volume. This is what I want to see, guys. Very high volume on this movement. Of course, any kind of retracement all the way up here would be good for shortings because you are likely to test the lows from that massive drop. However, this has already created a kind of a failed breakout. As you can see here, the price action from Bitcoin, we have tested the lows already. Does this mean we do not have any selling pressure and we could get a massive big bounce here in the coming hours? This is also very possible. The next attempt is going to help us to see if this is going to be a big massive fake out or not, guys. So pay attention here in the next few hours, because if we squeeze down here and have a wick straight back up, this is likely to get a huge massive bounce, and we're going to have an uptrend here in the next coming days. It all depends on this breakout that will happen in the coming hours. Will it be successful or not? If it's not successful, having a massive breakdown with high volume, then we do know that we are likely to have a big massive bounce, okay, to the upside in the coming days, trying to come all the way here potentially to attempt to hit the 24.2k highs here. Now, of course, we are testing the range several times. We are trending pretty down here. We are in this ascending, broadening wedge, just about testing the last higher low. There is a possibility that this is going to finally be the breakdown. If it does break down from this level, guys, where is the level that we could potentially get a bounce? Where is the price going to find a potential reaction and get a really nice bounce? Well, I do have a weekly level here at 21,800. This weekly level is exactly from the weekly close and open here in September, the first and second week here of September, as you can see on the chart. So potentially, if I do zoom out here, as you can see on the chart, okay, let me just take a look at the volume profile. This is what I want to take you to take a look at, guys. The volume profile, look at the massive big gap that there is with no volume in between 22,400 range and 21,700. There's just a big gap here with hardly any volume, as you can see on the chart. The big volume starts here exactly where we have that weekly level right over here. So does this mean as soon as we do break 22,400, 22,350, we're probably going to get that volatility down here to this range? And that is the first major level where we could get a reaction, guys. That weekly 21,800, 21,700. If I do see that price action here on the lower time frame, such as the 1 hourly, okay, if we do see the price action just hitting that weekly, all right, if we do have a large amount of volume, we start hitting that level and get a reaction, we are likely to get a huge bounce from that range here in the coming days if we were to hit that level. Of course, if we do come up here to this daily level, it's going to be a huge resistance zone. Look how well it has been support. Look how we are supporting now here for the last few hours. If we do have a solid breakout, come back up to this range, it is very likely it is going to get rejected. It's been confirmed support level. It is a daily level. And if we take a look at the range here, it is the value area low area. Okay, as you can see, the range here at 22,400, 22,500 value area low. So this range should be acting as resistance. If we do get a reaction right there, we are likely to correct back down to test the lows from the breakout. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm looking for here in the next coming days. A big successful breakout from this zone, then we can get into a really nice trading zone. Remember, this weekly level, I want to see a reaction because we could absolutely capitulate here and have a massive slice through. I'm not going to put any limit orders. I want to see a reaction. Let me just quickly explain the short position that I am in right now here at 22,730. Okay, I've taken most of the profits from this level as we are testing the lows. We are testing the 618 from this range. Okay, so let me just zoom in here on the lower time frame, such as the 5 minute. As you can see right over here, reason why I've taken most of profits is because we are very close to the lows, right? My take profit range, if we do get a breakdown and we retrace to a resistance zone, when we come back down and get very close to the lows, that is my take profit zone, guys. The 618 range from the low to the high, right? Round about that 618 where we are getting that reaction. We're trying to push down, but we're getting a reaction from this zone. That for me is a take profit zone from this brilliant shorting opportunity right there at $22,750. Let me briefly explain. Now, yesterday's trade, I did get stopped out. Okay, we talked about this trade scenario hitting the point of control, potentially creating another higher low right there. Got stopped out, got into a bounce here. I entered another trade here at this swing failure pattern from this low. Entered the trade, protected position as soon as we were hitting these highs and got stopped out at break even with this one. So yesterday was not a good day. Okay, I did take a small amount of profits, but yesterday was a day that I was in the loss, guys. You cannot win them all, right? So as long as we did cut those losses, we did manage to cover a little bit of that position, all right, with this slight long, okay, because this actually swing failured from this low. Finally, we retraced all the way down to this level, hitting the 618. This is a major entry that we talk about a lot of the times on the channel. So I entered that trade as soon as we were coming up. I took very little profits, protected position because I thought we were going to actually go higher. It finally did not. So just covered a little bit of my loss, not entirely. So it was a little bit of a losing day yesterday, which is fine because most of the days have been absolutely brilliant. So going through here, the possibility here in getting a bounce here is very likely as well, okay? The reason why we have tested the last higher low, guys. Going to the 4 hourly, like I want to remember you guys, the last higher low is not this one right over here. A lot of people will get confused and might think that this is the last higher low, and we have broken the big structure right now. And this is a big no for me until we do not break this one right over here, which is the last higher low, because the next higher high is here. It's not here. This is not a higher high, so this is not a higher low. It's right over here. We're just testing that level, and we have actually swing failured from that low. So we need to consider that potential bounce. I mean, this is not a bad long level, okay, I'm going to say right now, with a tight stop loss here at the range. Remember, we want tight stop losses from our potential trading scenarios. The reason why we've swing failure, then we've come all the way down to the 618. I mean, this is already, not a bad long-in opportunity right there as I'm recording this video with the tightest stop loss, okay, right there. Remember, we have tight stop losses. We protect our capital. So that was a good shorting level, like I explained. We were hitting the daily level, all right? That's the current short that I am right now, where we did have a huge amount of volume on the 5 minute. Okay, just want to give a brief explanation. Big volume on the 5 minutes. Where did we retrace to? We retraced to that next daily level that we had here, that we were getting a reaction here the last few days. Bounce, 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 as you can see on the chart. This high volume node right over here, as you can see, where we do get a bounce, we got a high volume level from the candle move to the downside. This one right over here also hitting that daily level. As you can see, there are some nice volume spikes at that level. So once we have this massive big volume breaking down this daily level support, proven support range, when you retrace with low volume, guys, the highly probability is to come down to test the lows. Basically, this is why I entered that short position, taking most of the profits, because we are testing the low range already, as you can see on the chart. And this wouldn't be a bad long-in opportunity, all right, if you are playing very defensive trading. Remember, for those experienced traders on Bybit, you can still claim $30,000 worth of bonus at the Rewards Hub once you sign up with the link in the description. On PrimeXBT, where I trade the stock market using crypto as collateral, $7,000 can be claimed. You basically get 7% added to your initial deposit by using Bitcoinsensus 50 as the promo code. Both of the tutorials from my favorite exchanges are also down below in the description. Going here to the S&P 500, what we can see is that we are in a critical level. Why are we in a critical level? Because this is the monthly level right over here, a huge monthly level that has proven to be support and resistance. Look at here, as soon as we slice through this range, support, support, we broke through, resistance, resistance, and then we finally broke here. We had the volatility from the news. It did hold yesterday very nicely. We are just holding by a thread right now. But not only that monthly level, it is also here this major support trend line that we've had here for the last few weeks from higher lows. As you can see, higher low, big fake out right there. Supported here, and here. And now we're just slightly below this range. Is it going to be a successful breakout this time? Or are we going to fake out and finally have a move up here in the next couple of days before we enter the weekend, okay? It's also very possible. As soon as we break out here from this trend line, this monthly level, it is not going to be looking great for the stock market, even though this is the last confirmed higher low, as this is the next higher high right over here. Higher low right is going to be right there. So you could correct here, find some support, and then finally go up. But if we lose this monthly level, guys, this has proven to be, the last couple of weeks, a very strong level. So if we do lose that level, I guess we are very likely going to have that momentum to the downside here, creating more lower highs. So this is something that we need to pay attention here in the next coming hours, couple of days, all right, before the end of the weekend. This is going to be it, guys. Just a quick update on where the stock market is, okay, just by doing, a little bit of basic analysis. We're not going to go deeply into massive analysis on here. So this is just for the video, of course. If we do lose this monthly at 4,130 points, then we are likely to have more continuation to the downside. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.